Here's the thing about UFC 297, you guys. Let me tell you about Sean Strickland versus Coach Kisser Dricus Du Plessis. All in this video, guys. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum. Walaikum salam.
Let me get my fucking cap back. Ugh, that looks horrible. Okay, we're back in the game. So, Dricus Du Plessis, Sean Strickland, they will headline UFC 297 in Toronto, Canada. And let me give you my prediction for this really banger main event. This is a fight for the fans. Now, granted, you might say, Sean Strickland will just try to keep it defensive and just win a 5-round decision. Dricus Du Plessis will shoot for his legs. That's not how the fight will go. These are two men that will be trapped in an octagon, in a cage with a fence, that are trying to kill each other.
Kill everybody!
They don't like each other. Sean is a guy who brings emotion into the cage sometimes, and they are not there to win decisions or just to, win takedown stats or whatever. They are in there to take each other's head off. You better be sure about that. So if you don't tune into that fight, it's your own fault. But this is really a fight that took me a long time to give a real final prediction. And even now, I'm still like, everything can happen, because it's really a everything can happen fight. So let's state the obvious things. Sean Strickland has a style which can give everyone problems. Sean Strickland's style, everyone that ever sparred him, everyone that ever fought him said it's hard to fight this guy. It might not look as hard on TV, but if he stands in front of you with his Philly shell and with his Charles Oliveira style, Thai boxing, Muay Thai style, with his leg dangling off the ground the whole time and just...
What the f*** is that?
Like that the whole time. It's not that easy to fight a guy like that. It's just not what you see on your day-to-day sparring, whatever. It's just not. Dricus Du Plessis on the other side is just a guy who throws bad intentions. Whatever he throws is bad intentions. There is no like some little I want to touch you up punches. There is just I want to kill you punches. And whilst that is great to finish someone, which worked pretty well for him, he only went to the decision once. All his wins, losses, otherwise, other than the one decision, were all finishes. I think 9 KO wins and 10 submission wins, which also brings us to the fact that he's a great grappler who loves to take the fight to the ground. But a style like that obviously is not made for 5 rounds, unless you have the gas tank of a madman. So yeah, he had the nose problem, he got fixed. He can breathe better now, he should have better cardio now, whatever. But no one has cardio like Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland spars like 100,000 rounds per week. All he does is sparring in 25-minute rounds with the best of the best.
The best move!
And especially if it's a striking match, no one has the cardio of Sean Strickland. Now the question is, how good is Sean Strickland's cardio if he gets taken down repeatedly? Which is something that Dricus could be planning on doing. Because Dricus is a mixed martial artist. He likes to take the fight to the ground. As I said, he has more submission wins than KO wins. You know what I mean? That tells you a lot. And Sean Strickland is definitely most dangerous in the striking department. But what people forget is Sean Strickland used to be a grappler. Sean Strickland always says the Kamaru Usman fight turned him from a grappler into a striker. Because in the Kamaru Usman fight, when he used to fight at welterweight, he just got his head beaten in when he tried to jiu-jitsu the guy, is how he called it. And he then learned, that's what he says, that jiu-jitsu doesn't work.
Heel hooks should not work. Heel hooks do not work.
But before that fight, Sean Strickland was a guy that tried to grapple with you, tried to submit you, who loved to be on the ground with you. But since then, he decided, I'm a striker now. But it's not that he just forgot everything he learned before that. He's still a black belt. He still can grapple for days. Whenever you see Sean Strickland training pictures, he mostly wears a singlet and is grappling with guys like Ankalaev and stuff like that. Sean Strickland knows how to grapple. His takedown defense is, I think, 80-something%. That's a high freaking takedown defense. Of course, the middleweight division is not famous for the wrestlers, but still. Dricus Du Plessis' takedown offense is 50%. Which means he only gets every second takedown.
I'm very educated, motherfucker.
I'm not the best at math, but 50% takedown offense rate and 80% takedown defense rate on the other side doesn't equal I will win the fight easily if I try to take him to the ground, you know what I mean?
You're the fucking smart person on the earth, bro.
And I do believe it will be interesting to see if Dricus can take him to the ground. I do believe he can take him to the ground, but what he will do on the ground. Will Sean Strickland be able to get up? Will Dricus Du Plessis hold him down, finish him, whatever? I mean, you have to see Sean Strickland never lost by submission. He has 0 submission losses, but Dricus has 0 decision losses, while Sean is famous for winning decisions. Dricus is famous for winning submissions. So what is going to happen? Will they meet in the middle? Will it be a KO? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
How the f is that even a question?
And that's also why it's such a tricky one to pick, because there are so many unknowns, so many statistics that cancel each other out and everything, that it's really hard to just sit here and say, yeah, I'm 100% sure person A will beat person B. Whoever says he's 100% sure that one person will win is just a liar, or he just doesn't know shit about the sport.
Do not call sports a sport.
Because of course, you try to sell a pick, I get it, but you can't be sure in a fight like that. This fight is such razor thin freaking skin that you're working on. That was a weird sentence, but anyways. But I obviously also have my pick, and I will give you the reason for it. You have to see. What in my opinion will make the difference in this fight is you are who you train with. Dricus Du Plessis has phenomenal wins in the UFC. I mean, beating Robert Whittaker tells you everything. But who does Dricus Du Plessis train with? I have seen videos of him on Countdown and Battle, whatever. I have never heard any one of his sparring partners.
Who the f are you?
He spars some local South African guys who probably have some, 5-1 records, whatever, who are good martial artists, but who never fought in UFC level. And who, if you know that sport, you know that top 10 UFC level is just a different world than any regional scene boogeyman. It's just a different world. That, in my opinion, will make the difference, because you have to see, Sean Strickland literally spars with the killers of killers every day. Sean Strickland spars with Magomed Ankalaev. And not sparring like, yeah, we do some sparring with 16-ounce gloves. They wear 4 or 8-ounce MMA gloves and beat the hell out of each other for 25 minutes. They have real fights in that gym against Magomed Ankalaev, a guy who just knocked out the tallest light heavyweight on the planet, who has serious power, who has serious wrestling. Magomed Ankalaev is like the light heavyweight version of Dricus Du Plessis in a way, if you want to. Phenomenal striker with a lot of power, with great wrestling. Ankalaev against Strickland spar all the freaking time. So he gets those looks all the time against an even stronger, better guy. He spars Johnny Eblen, the arguably best middleweight on the planet right now, who has kind of a similar style like Dricus Du Plessis, maybe a little bit more wrestling heavy, but still, he spars him the whole freaking time. He just did 25 minutes with him at the end of last week, before for the last session of the training camp. He spars the killers of the killers, murderers row on the daily. And I do believe the confidence of sparring with those guys and the education you get from that, how good you get from that, will be visible in that cage. And also the bonus on that is that Strickland just got to be the champion. He just beat as well one of the most dominant middleweight champions of all time. You know how, goddamn, what's his name? Teddy Atlas says, once you become a champion, you get 30% better overnight. So if you believe Teddy Atlas, he's 30% better already than when he fought Adesanya, where he beat him like he didn't even belong in there. So what will he do to Dricus Du Plessis? I really believe that Sean Strickland will beat Du Plessis. I am not 100% confident if he will finish him or decision him. The more smart pick is decision, that he will just beat him down and win a decision that will be pretty clear. I think the fight will be a little bit like back and forth in the beginning. DDP will land some takedowns, Sean will land some nice damage, blah, 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 this and that, back and forth. But DDP will get a little bit tired. Sean will just stay on the pace, keep pushing, and win by decision after 5 rounds. Now, the tired factor of DDP could also result, if he then even gets tired, that's just something that I throw in the room, that Sean could finish him like he did Abus Magomedov. We shall see, but my official pick is Sean Strickland by decision. The Sean Strickland. If you know, you know. Write your picks in the comments, guys. Who do you think will win this fight between DDP and Sean Strickland? Write it in the comments, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Would appreciate that. buy Bloodsport merch. I don't wear it right now, but buy Bloodsport merch. Follow me on Instagram. All of those things, links in the description. And most importantly, that you can win the UFC 297 main event. Make sure to get your sleep in. Until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.